What's going on, guys? Today we have the OneUp EDC Lite multi-tool that goes into the steer tube of your bike. I'm going to quickly walk through some of its features and throw it into the Santa Cruz Tallboy. So breaking into this guy, we can kind of see we have the tool itself. We've got a longer headset bolt and a shorter headset bolt. So I'm not too sure how these actually get used, but I'm going to look it up online. I'm assuming you hammer this guy in, use this on the top, and likely secure that on the bottom. I don't know, something like that. But we'll find out together, and I'll put it in. Okay, so let's start things off by showing what's in the tool itself. In the tool itself, we can see it. We've got a sleeve and a tool. So let's pop this guy here. That comes out. So there's the sleeve that's going to be going into the bike, into the steer tube, and then we've got a basic multi-tool itself here. This top should pop off like that. So that just holds the unit itself. And this is a very basic tool. So I've got some zoom-ins on this so you can actually see what each of the features are that we have. So here's the tool itself with some of the features kind of folded out on it. As we can see, we have a 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an 8mm Allen key, as well as a T25 Torx. So that'll do all your rotors, likely your shifter levers, your derailleur, any of that stuff. And then a flathead screwdriver, just, you know, I don't know what you're going to use a flathead screwdriver for these days on a bike, but maybe a derailleur limiting screw or something. But that's about it. The tool itself with the steer tube plug is $40, and you can get additional plugs for $15, so that if you want to move this guy between bikes, you can do so. So I'm going to read up online on how to get this guy plugged into, no pun intended, plugged into the Tallboy, and I'll walk you through it. All right, so to start, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this 5mm that's currently in here. We're going to undo that. Remember, the stem is already tightened around the steer tube, so when we pull this up, it's not going to loosen the headset. You don't have to worry about anything flopping around. So we're going to take this 5mm, unscrew it. We're going to thread in the longer bolt that comes with the kit, which is this guy here. We're going to thread that in, do 10 turns so that the star nut's engaged, and then we're going to hammer this guy down to the bottom. There we go. Old bolt off. Okay, keeping that top cap on. Both are 5mm, just notice that. Like I said, thread this guy in here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 turns, and now we're going to use a quick mallet and push that star nut down, keeping it center. Simple. So now we have the bolt, as you can see here. It's still engaged, it's center, so we can unscrew that. Okay. Or 10 turns or whatever. You can now remove your top cap. So I've got some extra spacers, as you can see, pretty standard. So now that we have the star nut that's pushed down, this essentially becomes our top cap, if that makes sense. So I don't know if there's a direction to this guy. Should go in very easy. Very simple. Right, now we have nice and I guess you could say wiggly. So that's solid. And then we're just going to use the 4mm that comes with this guy now. And remember, this is just essentially a top cap that's sunk in. Right? So drop that guy in. Using a 4mm bolt to tighten it up. And remember, your stem is still tight from before, so you don't have to crank on this. It's just to hold the preload. If you want to be technical about it, you can definitely loosen, tighten, loosen. And that's it. We've got it in there. We're ready to push our tool in. I will say one thing to note is the direction. Make sure that this guy has a cutout on the stopper itself. See if I can show that here. One thing to note is that there's a little ridge here. Make sure that that's lined up with the tool. See, there's a little cutout for it to slide into. You can see right here. And then that guy is ready to go in. Done deal. Piece of cake. So everything now is installed, clocked correctly, and just like that, I can pull up a tool as needed right out of the steer tube. Very simple, very effective, very cheap. Done deal. Peace.